They saying you switch 'cause you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit. I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hate 'cause I took no risks. Why bet you wanna be famous, huh? They act like they made us, huh? You know I'm icy in Vegas. This for the that hate us, huh? I make a lot of new money, huh? When the not savers, you be liking my flavor, huh? I think it's cause ice on the rails, on the rails, on the rails. Watch out, cuz I made it sweet.
Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Six-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Hey, check 26.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike 22.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 55.
Right.
Check 55 to Mike.
Check 50.
Here's Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Hey, flex.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. And again, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers to throw again. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
It's a gain of 6.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Now look out. Rodgers lost the football. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third-year back from Florida State. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Cousins gives way to Cook. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Let's go.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Cook following the penalty. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Slam, slam, slam.
On first down, Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Rodgers. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin on the sack, taken to the 4th round back in 2010. What a steal. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
Come on, QB, come on.
Right now, you got 58.
54. Big stop.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Jump out!
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
It's just number 50. Hey, you block over here. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Boom, boom. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball. Get it.
Rodgers again now. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes, left side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And some dangerous territory. Already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Greystone, travel. Get 300. Get 300. Come on, team.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Geronimo Wilson. Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Plant. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Rodgers to throw once more. Buying time to his left. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He opted to go with his scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
That's the end of the first quarter.
21-0 our score after 1. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Wide, get wide.
Jump out. Look at them.
Here we go with Williams. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come on, D. Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Stop.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he will find Scott on the right side complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Check 25.
Hey, 88. Back north. Zip.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, watch the slant. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
From the gun, Rodgers. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first. Rodgers now on 1st down. It's caught outright by Graham. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
The first red zone opportunity now for the Packers. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Now this time Rodgers will throw. Being chased out left. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Green 18. Over.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Check. Watch 54. Get right. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
They'll try to run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown of the new season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. You got a young quarterback, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Kill. Hey, can. 300. Mike Spopo. Watch the run.
Hey, seam 6.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Cook. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On second down, it's Cook. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down, Minnesota.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ain't going nowhere.
The dump off good for 8 there on 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
On 2nd and 2, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They run the counter with Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Draw play. Cousins to Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Oh, little 360. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
The Packers on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Oh, the spin. Bust through the tackle. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
First down.
Jahan! 180!
Check. Pick it up.
Hey, 382, last 50. Jahan!
Cousins on first down. And complete right side to Cook. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 44 yards.
First down, Minnesota.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first run for the backup Abdullah. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Ready?
44. I smell fear in it all.
What's that?
I smell fear.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Again, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Rodgers going to throw again. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And again, it's Rodgers. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers uncorks one for Davis. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers. Trevor Davis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Now whistles and a timeout signaled here by the offense, and that's their first of this 2nd half. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the two-point conversion. They're going to run for it with Jones. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. First down, here's the run with Cook. Cook stripped, the ball's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Cook. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
2nd and 4 at the Packers' 39-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check 43.
Hey, they got 48.
Cousins. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On 1st down, Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Bring up 48. Hey, let's go. Come. Hey, wahoo!
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 31. Check 31.
51's the mic. 51's the mic.
On 3rd down, Cousins. This is a screen to Abdullah. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Crosby is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Right there. 54, right there.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And that's caught inside the 35. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Rodgers. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
88. Hey, Charlie.
Mike. Silver. Mike, 54.
Working from the gun. Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
Lucky.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Mike 55.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check safety.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's going to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Stand
And defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
Let's bring it. Check 3, check 3.
26.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
57 to Mike.
Scan 300. Scan 300.
You can't block me.
We didn't get that.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Coming to you. Coming to you.
Gun.
Get
inside. We didn't get it.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And Graham's got it over the middle. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Recall, 132 fighter.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard
Box it,
line.
box it, box it, box it.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 57's to Mike.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Boom, boom. Hey, Delta.
57's to Mike. Watch 57.
Hey, take 26.
57's to Mike.
Rodgers going to throw. And he's going to go down again. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Rodgers now, from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Paul Warlow. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
88, 88, 88. Take 30. Go, go.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He'll let this go for the end zone. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
They run it again with Cook. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Throwing is Cousins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They give them 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Good bounce-back win. They take the knee. Can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. This to make it a 3-score game late. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.